Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. They got his man. Complete. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. And he's got some space here. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And they'll get this down to the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off play action. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Jackson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Jackson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd down at 5. I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now. Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground. Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done. McCaffrey going to be stopped before he can get moving forward, as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. 3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game. Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Henry Ruggs, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Jackson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. His throw incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And that nearly intercepted. Getting off those hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson. And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Now Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. That's caught inside the 20.
Let's go.
A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. On third down, Jackson. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson dancing to his left. Reception here by Ruggs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work out it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional first down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They go play action now. Jackson gonna let one fly for Robinson. And too much juice. Bounds incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Tucker's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Wilson's throw there complete to Ruggs.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Wilson.
Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Buying time to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a quarterback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Here's Mostert, toss left side.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Donald Parham
from 21 yards away. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take over here at near the 40. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Back now in Jacksonville. The Jaguars on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
We got three, fellas. We got 31's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 31's the mic.
Now Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Just keeping the play alive. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Edwards hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Back to throw. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that will be enough from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. Pushing his way through. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.